Surrey's chances of being promoted back to the top flight of the LV County Championship were dealt a big blow as Leicestershire, helped a little by the weather, held out for a draw on the final day at Grace Road. Surrey surprisingly batted on the last morning, even though they had a lead of 324. In 6 overs, Jason Roy, who later missed out on selection for the forthcoming ODI series with India, got in some practice for the T20 finals day, with the freedom to play some of the shots that he's made a name for himself for playing in all 3 formats of the game this year. He was especially harsh on Jigger Naik, this shot going all the way for 6, as 48 runs came off the first 4 overs of the day. At the end of the 4th over, Stephen Davis top-edged to pull off Nathan Buck to Matt Joyce at long leg to go with the score on 265 for 5, the lead now up to 372. Gary Wilson still wanted more, and 14 more runs came off the next 2 overs as Roy helped himself to 44 off 22 balls before the declaration arrived at 279 for 5. That left Surrey 88 overs to get the 10 wickets they needed, and the first arrived in the 3rd as Angus Robson lost his leg stump to Stuart Meaker. Leicestershire's target was 387 to win for the first time in this competition for 2 years, and that was going to be a big ask for them. With Worcestershire losing in this round and Hampshire and Essex winning, this was a must-win game for Surrey, but they were held up in their quest by Ned Eckersley and Greg Smith, who added 38 runs in 9 overs for the 2nd wicket. The visitors were on their way though when Smith on 24 threw the bat at Meaker and edged behind with a total on 47 for 2. Meaker's opening spell brought him figures of 3 for 55 from 9 mixed overs, his 3rd success seeing Boyce on his way for 4 as he couldn't get out of the way of a fierce bouncer. Leicestershire went to lunch on 82 for 3 from 18 overs, but then lost Eckersley 17 runs later as he turned a ball from Gareth Batty to Rory Burns at short leg to go for 25. Meaker continued to race in after the interval and could have been celebrating his 4th wicket, only for Niall O'Brien to be dropped at point off a powerful cut. Leicestershire had by no means given up chasing down the target the way they were going after the ball. Meaker went for 89 runs in 13 overs delivered either side of lunch, Dan Redfern playing him well. His 2nd 50 of the match arrived off his 48th delivery as he again hit Meaker for 4, the batsman's 10th boundary in what was a thrilling exhibition of stroke play. He struck his 11th 4 next ball as the runs were coming at 5 per over through the first 25. But an hour after lunch, rain took the players off. An early tee was taken and then Redfern missed time to pull off Meaker to Chris Tremlett at mid-on. The batsman departed on 64, a county best for him. The rain had taken a Leicestershire win out of the equation, removing a crucial 32 overs from the day, but a Surrey victory was still possible when O'Brien edged Batty to Roy on 15 in the next over. With 21 remaining, Leicestershire were now on 147 for 6, and had Meaker earned a 5th wicket with his bouncer to Naik, then Surrey would have really fancied their chances. The ball came off the body though. It was left to Batty and Meaker to now try to bowl their side to the win, but as it was to turn out, they didn't create too many problems for either Rob Taylor or Naik, who would have been cheered on by Surrey's promotion rivals across the country. They might have Kevin Peterson available for their 2 remaining matches, but without a victory here, they were probably going to be left with too much to do. Losing so many overs to the weather had not helped them, although that is to take nothing away from the home team, who showed a lot of character throughout this contest. By the time that the 2 captains shook hands on the draw, both Taylor and Naik had made it into the 40s, putting on 85 runs in 19 overs together. Leicestershire closing on 232 for 6 to take 12 points to Surrey's 13. That leaves the latter 8 points behind 2nd place Hampshire and 12 ahead of Essex, both of whom have a game in hand. Leicestershire remain bottom, 34 points adrift.